Hello students, I welcome you today's English classes. I am Samuel sir, your English teacher, and today we are going to do chapter 3rd English literature book, that is Planning a Surprise, that you can see on the screen. Let me tell you about this chapter before to begin. Actually, this chapter is an extract from the famous novel Little Women, and she count the experiences of the March sister who are forced to live constrained means their father is away at war and their mother is the one who looks after them. So here the writers has written that the four sisters sat knitting away in the twilight, and it was the month of December. So when is the month? When was the month? It was the month of December. It was comfortable room, though the carpet was faded and the furniture very plain over there, and there were only two pictures hung on the walls. Books filled the recesses, and also she explained as that there were Christmas roses blossom in the windows and a pleasant atmosphere of home of the house. She wrote about it. It was the description that she wrote. Margaret here, Margaret, who is the eldest of the four, she was 16, who was very pretty. 15 years old was Jo. She was tall, thin and brown, and remained one of a cold, for she never knew what to do with her long limbs, which were already much in her way. She also wrote about the next, that is Elizabeth. And Elizabeth or Beth can be that used to call them from their sisters, as everyone called her, was a rosy, smooth haired, bright eyed girl of 13 and with a shy manner. Amy, through the youngest, was a most important person in her own opinion. A lovely maiden with blue eyes and yellow hair curling on her shoulders, and always carrying herself like a young lady, mindful of her manners. Here the writer wrote that when the clock struck 6, and having swept the hearth, Beth put up a pair of slippers down to warm. So here these four sisters have decided something. What they have decided? So what they have decided? They have decided to give a Christmas gift to their mother, because that was the time of Christmas day that falls on December in every year. So that's why they were planning what to give her mother. That's why, so here these four sisters have decided something what they have to give on a Christmas day. So that's why they were planning. So Meg decided she would give her nice pair of gloves, and Joe decided to give her an army shoes, and Meg said she would give some handkerchiefs and all hand. Amy decided she would give a bottle of cologne. Here cologne means a form of perfume water. It's like that we in ordinary English word we say that uh, scent. So that's why that Amy decided to give her mom cologne. Cologne means a form of perfume water. So the questions arised here, how would they give gift to the mother? तो यहाँ पर एक क्वेश्चन अराइज होता है कि किस तरह मम्मी को उनके मॉम को क्रिसमस सरप्राइज गिफ्ट दे. ओके, देन Meg gave, that means Meg given an idea. What she had, what idea she had, that she told them that what they will do, they will put all these things on the table and brings her mother in the room, and when she get to know, and she will open the bundle as they will do in their birthday party, जिस तरह से उन लोग करते थे, thus in the same way that they were trying to do. So that was the planning of four sisters. Joe answered, when they were all planning about the surprise, then a very soft voice at the door said, my girls. And who was she? She was mother. She was not elegantly dressed, but a noble looking woman. The girls thought the grey cloak and unfashionable bonnet covered the most splendid mother in the world. She entered the room and got her wear things off, her warm slippers on, and sat down in the easy chair. She drew Amy to her lap and preparing to enjoy the happiest hour of her busy day. The girls flew about trying to make things comfortable, each in her own way. Make arrangement the tea table. Joe brought wooden chairs, dropping, overturning, and clattering everything she touched, while Amy gave directions to everyone. As she sat with her hands folded as the gather about the table, Mrs. Mark said with a particularly happy face, I've got a treat for you after superb. A quick smile. When her mother said to treat them, they jumped with joy. A quick smile went around like a streak of sunshine. Bath clapped her hands regardless of the biscuit she held, and Joe tossed up her napkin, crying, a letter, a letter. 3 cheers for father. Yes, a nice long letter, said Mrs. Mark, patting her pocket as she got a treasure there. Beth asked Mummy when he would come home, as these children were missing their father a lot. And Beth asked in that way as she was longing for her father. Not only that, not only her, but along with three sisters. Joe groaned and exclaimed that I was wish I would be a nurse so that I could be. So she was thinking uh, that I could be a near to him. I wish I would be a nurse and help him in those old times. The soldiers were spending their time in a very difficult manner. Through this letter, that means by this letter, she was thinking and she was saying about her opinion among the children of her reactions about those hard days. They were eating all sort of bad tasting things and drink out of tin mug, and they would never send all these messages to their family. They tried to fulfill their family with all comfort they would get. So what again these children does? And after that all drew to the fire, mother in the big chair with bath at her feet. Meg and Amy perched on either arm of the chair, and Joe leaning on the back where no other would see my any sign of emotions. If the latter would happen to be touching, very few letters were written in those hard times and were not touching, especially those which father sent home. In this was said of the hardship endured, the dangers faced, of the home sicknesses conquered. It was a cheerful, hopeful letter full of lively descriptions of camp life, marches, and military news. And so Mr. Mark wrote to the children that he gave them all his love and kiss. He also wrote that a year seemed very long to wait before he saw them, but remind them that while they waited, they all would work. So these hard based need not to be wasted. wasted. He knew that they would remember all he said to them, that they would be loving children to you. They would do their duty faithfully, fought their bosom enemies bravely, and conquered themselves so beautifully when he come back to them. This was the that his father was written in that letter. He might be fonder and probeder than ever of his woman. After that all started when they heard this letter about her father written about their children. They all started crying, and what they all had done then in this hard time, they would not cry. Instead of that, they would celebrate the Christmas evening. So At 9, they stopped work and sang as usual that they were doing in the same way that they did today, that on that special day. Before they went to bed, they as usual they were singing. No one but Beth could get much music out of the piano, and she had a way of softly touching key, a voice like flute, and she had her mother led the little choir. Amy cried like a cricket, and Joe wandered through like a ears at her own sweet will. Their mother born singer and first sound in the morning was her voice as she went about the house singing like a lark. So, and the last sound at night was the same cheery sound, for the girls never grew too old for that familiar lullaby. So, this much for today, and I hope that this chapter clear to all, and there is homework for you related with these chapters. And so page number 36 BCE are the homeworks. I hope that you cleared about this story. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye and take care.